enterprise to engage in unlawful acts of violence, including sexual violence, sexual trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purpose of prostitution, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics distribution, and other crimes, and concealing the commission of such acts. So your drivers that were picking up these young women and transporting them back to the house, making sure that they had everything that they needed in the back of the limousine with their champagne to get them ready and buttered up for Mr. Combs. I'm right here.
Quick. You know where you at?
Yeah.
Sure, I got the link. Hold on, y'all.
I'm gonna tell her he can't. Yeah.
My bad, y'all. What it do, Jack? What it do, y'all?
Am I back?
So where's she gonna be at?
I just asked her. I can't see.
So you back?
Yeah, I can't see.
Oh.
This one?
Yeah. Right there.
Okay, so securing absolute loyalty for members of the Combs enterprises, including through acts of violence and threats. Protecting the Combs enterprise and its members and associates, including Combs, from detection and prosecution by law enforcement. Authorities through acts of intimidation, manipulation. Okay, yeah, that's right. No monkey business. That is also a form of extortion. He's going down. See, I didn't read this. I read the first one when he was just being charged, and that was gruesome. So now it surprises me.
But they added more stuff.
They did. They added more stuff.
Racketeering wasn't on there.
This was not on here at all. This was not on here, but I see how they're going to have to come with this because there are a lot of people involved. It's not just him. So if you have to, what they say, in New Jack City, you got to take down the whole organization, and you got to start at the top. So
even the maids,
right? And Mr. Combs, you funded everybody here. You are the business mogul. You make the money. You are paying all of these people, and with all of these acts, from the personal flights from here and there, and the secrets of transporting women or just having these parties cleaned up, and all of these secrets. Is falling on the shoulders of these people. And if they don't want to be in trouble or have to answer any question, they're going to tell on him. They are going to. It's not right. It's not like they're going to. They're going to. They have to.
Remember, they took a little girl from Canada to New York,
right,
and put her on a plane by herself to go back on a private jet. Didn't he like? They gotta tell her. They gotta tell everything. Maids, people that was paid for tickets. Nigga,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Like you gotta remember, they're gonna talk to pilots.
Right,
somebody had to fly that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Their pilots, your drivers, your assistants, people that are booking these hotels, booking the venues, booking the people
that was assistants to him at the time. Farnsworth Bentley. Do you know how many people are getting brought into this Diddy shit that ain't even around?
Right, because you can't tell me that you didn't bear witness or have any type of knowledge about the reputation of this man. So. It's getting thick for Mr. Combs here. So it says, protecting the Combs enterprise.
What up, Lena?
Hey, Lena, what's up? It's going good. I keep it up. So it shows, protecting the Combs enterprise and its members and associates, including Combs, from detection and prosecution by law enforcement authorities through acts of intimidation, manipulation, bribery, the threats of retaliation against individuals who witnessed the crimes committed by members and associates of the enterprise. Wow. Wow. So now it goes into the means and methods of the enterprise. So they're gonna drop this heavy, and
no, but hold up. Now you see why I say if he loves his kids, that he'll take a plea bargain, because they're basically putting them in a position where,
right,
my nigga, your kids might get caught up in this conspiracy RICO, human trafficking. Do you know how many times they say Justin was bringing kids home from the party? And when that news happened, there was a dude in the car who was like, "What? Them kids be bringing buses, tour vans, and kids."
Right, because you're using your celebrity status, and everybody wants to be there. Of course, who doesn't want to party at the Combs house, right? So if you, with this being said about Diddy, and now having your sons engage in parties that they're rightfully of age, they should be having their teenage parties. You as an adult should not be interfering.
But you got to remember, their kids is also being accused, as Christopher was on a yacht, accused by a young lady of putting drugs in her drink.
Right, like father, like son.
So you're teaching these kids these bad behaviors.
Right.
You put them now in the RICO. Because now all it takes is for somebody to corroborate that, yeah, they bring girls home. Drugs he laid out for them too.
Your house people that are taking care of your home can speak to that too. The way the children act when you're not around. You know what I'm saying? Who comes in the house?
That's not illegal.
No, it's not illegal. What I'm talking about is the drug action. There's a lot of drugs going on in this house.
If all they gotta say is that they doing drugs, that they bringing girls back to the house, and they party together, now they are in conspiracy of the same crime. All they gotta say is, I seen Sean Combs go down to the dungeon with one of the girls that came from that the son brought back. Now that's conspiracy. Conspiracy to what? That you enlist these girls for me. You go party because you're my son. That you get these girls and tell them we going back here, and I don't have to do nothing but sit back and be the king and wait for the girls to come back, whether they 19, 18. Now my two sons are my best recruiters. They bring them right to me. So that's why I say, how much do you love your kids now, my nigga? Because trust me, the lawyer's going to say, they're coming for your kids. They're coming for your kids, my nigga. They don't just want to make you broke, my nigga. They don't just want to make you broke. They want your kids now, because they know if they get your kids, if you really love your kids, my nigga, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do, my nigga?
The monkey business said all the kids need to go to jail too.
They about to go to jail. That's what I'm saying. Do you know how many people gonna get caught up in this RICO racketeering? The maid, everybody, they gonna do them just like they did YSL.
Right.
Now, some people might get off because they going to snitch and say, yes, get a testimony, then they going to walk free. Well, you're going to have to come back and be a testify for the state, everything you've seen. We're going to see the maid testify. What happened every time rich people get into some shit?
What was that guy, the Alex, the trial?
Alex and Murdoch.
Right.
Murdoch
they had
trial.
his held his on top of
and that was for a murder trial.
Exactly.
So everybody in the RICO, they going to have the maid. Because if you saw this shit going on and you never reported it, what that mean?
Somebody cleaned it up.
Exactly. Gene Deal has to work for the FBI. He knew he was going to have to work for the FBI. Why? Because he ain't trying to get caught up in the RICO charge.
Right. Well, it says here that threats of retaliation against individuals who witnessed the crimes committed by members and associates of the enterprise. So if you've seen something and you scared and you look like you walking around here with shaky feet, you were threatened and scared and intimidated, and you kept your mouth closed. You did your job because you didn't want to lose your job, and you didn't want to be blackballed from getting another job. You don't want something that happened to you like what you've seen happen to maybe other people before. So you put your head down and you do what you're supposed to do.
And you blowing up cars. Guess what? Whoever went and blowed up that car for him is working with the FBI.
Right.
Because they wouldn't be able to charge you with arson. That wouldn't be in the indictment unless somebody
was already given that information.
Cassie just saying his car got blew up, that can't prove that P. Diddy did it.
Right.
But if they find somebody
to corroborate
that they did it, look, just I did it.
Everything.
I did it. Just don't lock me up, my nigga. I'll give you what he told me to do, how to do it. So please believe it. If this go to trial, the dude that burnt the car up is going to be on trial. Let me give you some more information. A lot of shit about to come out about Kim.
Yeah.
Because once these RICO charges get put on certain people,
Mm-hmm.
that's when they're going to bring out the Kim information.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of people that know what went on with Kim ain't talking because they were scared of retaliation.
They were scared.
But now they're forced. Now they're going to be forced to talk about Kim, talk about the situation. Dawn wasn't talking about Cassie until what? Mm-hmm. Now he's going to jail. Now people's going to get put on the stand. The DA is going to want to know everything about Kim. They're going to bring up all different situations. They're going to make this nigga look like a monster. If you thought they made R. Kelly look like a monster, nigga, when they bring all the little girls and the females and nigga, bro, watch. It ain't even come out about Justin and Chris. They gonna make it look like he doing threesomes with his kids. It's gonna come out that this nigga having threesomes with his kids allegedly. Watch.
He's a nasty
This nigga
individual.
partake the freak offs with his kids. I guarantee you.
Mm-mm. Or teaching them how to create the freak offs.
Of course.
Well, they're learning. I mean, they're in this environment. They're seeing, they hear, they grew up being a witness to the parties. They know their dad.
And you can't tell me, oh boy, don't got a little fruit to him.
Who?
I'll be sure, son.
Well, he's married. So
What the fuck that mean?
So I mean, I don't.
We can. I when people say that he's married.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything.
Every female in the industry,
right?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Sexuality it can go
the best
both ways.
cover up is a marriage.
Right.
That don't mean nothing.
Right.
We just seen everything these niggas doing. So to say he's married, that's the last thing I know. I seen the nigga walk out the courtroom today like this. I know when I see one thing they say, real niggas, we can see when a nigga got a little. Nigga walked out, had on a tube top, nigga. What you talking about? This certain shit we don't wear. With bell bottoms. Nah, that nigga got it in him. And that's what they do. That's why I said a lot of shit about to come out. What you got about to go get?
All right, so it goes, the Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs, role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into the Combs orbit. Often under the pretense of a romantic relationship, Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. In arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and across state lines and internationally. Freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days. This man is disgusting, and often involved multiple commercial sex workers. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Sometimes, unbeknownst to the victim, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from physical exertion and drug use. So for days at a time, this man is having freak-offs, engaging with multiple sex workers. It's been known now that they've been both male and female. And he set up the whole rendezvous. Like, he's got it laid out. He's got lights, camera, action, shag rugs on the floor, champagne,